All right.
All right. Anniversary year number one.
Year number
In
one.
the books.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
It is right now, like today. We are recording this on our first wedding anniversary.
Yeah, it's impressive that we're doing this on a Sunday in vacation in Turks and Caicos. Go us.
Right after a massage, right before going jet skiing.
Yep. We debated doing this episode at home beforehand, and I think I'm happy that we're doing it.
Oh, you were the one who pushed to do it.
Yeah, well, this had to do so much with the surprise of the trip. So once the surprise kind of got botched a little bit.
Okay, it's not get botched. We have to talk about this.
Yeah.
So let's rewind. We're in Turks and Caicos right now. We are sitting out on our little porch. I don't really know how the audio is going to sound. I think it's going to be fine. If you guys hear some like ocean nature vibes in the background, you're welcome. Honestly, I'm not going to apologize for that. That sounds lovely for you.
Sure.
But you might not hear any of that. So backing up, I asked Jake a very long time ago if he could plan a surprise trip for our anniversary, partially because I have always, like, one of my like lifelong bucket list items is to go to the airport and not know where I'm going. And part two is that I historically have planned like every detail of all of our trips, and Jake has been the passenger princess. And I've never known what that's like. Like, I'm the one who knows when our flights are, what airports we're at, like, the address of the hotel, like all of the logistics. And so I kind of wanted to feel like what it was like to not know that. Mm-hmm. So Jake said, okay, challenge accepted. Continue.
Yeah. So what we did was I had originally booked St. Martin because my parents have a timeshare there. And when I did it, I ended up ultimately being like, okay, I told Alana that I booked this hotel for St. Martin. This was the trip.
Which, hold on, immediately I was like, Jake, it was supposed to be a surprise.
Yeah. So anyway, it led to, then I canceled the St. Martin trip. So I booked the hotel and the flights, and I texted Alana that's booked. And then she was like, oh my God, you were supposed to save it as a secret, whatever. Little did she know that I ended up canceling that flight, canceling that hotel, and switching it to Turks and Caicos, which is a very similar trip, if we're being honest, between St. Martin and Turks and Caicos. But it was still going to be a surprise when we got to the airport. Like, that's what I was really looking forward to, was getting all the way to the airport. And so since that time, and this is months and months and months in the making, Alana has told the story on various podcasts like this one. I mean, just last week, if anyone listens to the Patreon episode, then you know that she had kind of like got at me about doing St. Martin. She was like, you're supposed to be a surprise. It was supposed to be a surprise, whatever. And I just had to like bite my tongue and really like not say anything about it the entire time, which was really like tough. And then we went on another podcast the other week, and someone said something. You said the same story where you're like, well, Jake was supposed to surprise me, And then this whole time I'm biting my tongue being like, well,
I am surprising
Little
you.
does she know that I am going to surprise her. And it was really tough because I was trying to figure out when was the right time to tell you, because I knew it was going to be really hard to get all the way to the airport, whether it was like email pops up or I was telling you like on YouTube, the hotel was popping up.
It's so funny.
Between commercials. Like, my Gmail is full of like all the reservations and things. Obviously, like if you ever got like the Delta flight or something, like there were just a million ways that it could have been ruined. So anyway, it had gone all the way down to the night before. And so I come home from work, and we're supposed to go out for this anniversary surprise dinner that Alana planned. And I come home, and Alana's like, I have this little theory that potentially we're not going to St. Martin. Is that true? And I'm like, no, we're going to St. Martin. And she's like, you swear on Barclay's life? And I was like, you can't do that. Like, I'm not gonna swear on Barclay's life. And then she's like, oh, so we're not going to St. Martin?
No, I didn't say, oh, so we're not. You could have kept it going. You could have been like, you're not allowed to do that. But yes, we're going to St. Martin.
Yeah. I mean, so anyway, I couldn't lie about it. I couldn't risk Barks.
Which I appreciate.
Yeah.
Love that I married someone so honest.
So at that moment, yeah, right. So knowing moving forward, if Alana's ever like, you swear on Barkley or swear on our kids or like,
I'm
whatever,
not allowed to do that.
You're not. I mean, well, then I'm just gonna tell the truth, no matter what. Like, if you want a surprise, don't ask for that.
I didn't
right?
mean to.
You can't be like, are you throwing me a surprise birthday party? And I'm be like, no. And you'd be like, you swear on our kid's life? And I'm be like, well, I mean, now I have to tell you the truth.
No.
So anyway, that ruined the surprise. And then right after, so we were both upset about it, quite honestly.
We were both really upset.
So right after, Alana's like, had to take Barkley out for a walk. And she's on the walk. And so she had a surprise dinner for us. And she comes back in and she goes, Jake, you're never going to believe this. The restaurant we were supposed to go to caught fire and canceled our reservation.
Like, all of this within 10 minutes. I'm like, are you kidding me?
It was truly crazy.
It was like both just like really sad, but really funny.
Yeah.
We made the most of it, though. We went out to Sushi by M, which we love, and it was local instead of going to Williamsburg, which means we saved like an hour and a half of travel and got to spend that time cuddling with Barks.
Yeah. Then wait, so moving on with the
surprise.
Not knowing where we're going. So Alana still didn't want to know where we're going. The trip, the packing was the same. The trip is going to be similar in type of like beach vacation type. And so we go to the airport and she's still waiting to find out. And she like sees the airport and I'm like, yeah, that's not going to give it away. You're not going to know what the airport is. And then we get to the gate to go see where we're going.
This
and
is
we're
the funniest
and we were
thing in the world.
I guess we were so early. It was like the fastest Uber to JFK of all time. But it showed West Palm Beach.
I'm like, we're going to the one place we always go to. Like, and that truly, it obviously we're not going to West Palm Beach, but that was the funniest possible thing that the gate could have said.
Yeah, 100%. It was really funny. And then I told her we're going to Turks, and now we're here, and
it's amazing.
It's
I'm
amazing.
so happy.
Yeah.
He told me the itinerary, like the things that he booked are amazing. And I mean, even yesterday, like we got here at like 1:30, 2 o'clock, and it felt like we had like 2 full days here.
Yeah, it feels like we've been here for forever.
Yeah, we live here now. It's been so nice. I love the hotel we're staying at. It's like the most accommodating place ever.
Yeah. Shout out Brian Lobel for recommending this place.
So yeah, thank you for the trip. I'm so happy to be here. And I'm really glad. Like, I will say, like, I know a lot of people like don't really do anything for their first anniversary. And like, on one hand, it's like, yeah, we are celebrating in a very big way, but it's also like it was an excuse to go on a vacation. We haven't like been on a vacation since our honeymoon.
Yeah.
And so I'm really glad that we're doing this. It feels really special and it feels like needed too.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Here we are.
And now we're recording an episode, which we love. And guys, if you like this episode of us together, remember that for $5 a month, you can get one every single week with our Patreon show, Co-Host for Life. We record every single Sunday. It's like totally in the moment of like what's going on in our lives, things that we're debating, things that happen in the week, things that we're looking forward to. So you can, and it comes out every Monday. So link is in the show notes for that. We get so excited every single time someone new subscribes.
Yeah.
So come and join us on Co-Host for Life.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay.
Love the Patreons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The patrons.
Patrons.
Okay.
Patreons.
So we have a bunch of listener questions that you guys sent in about our first year of marriage, but we wanted to start by like going through the year from getting married to now and kind of referencing like the biggest moments, our favorite moments from each month. So obviously we can start with last June, which I mean, our honeymoon was like just the greatest of all time.
Yeah. It's crazy that it was a year ago.
I know.
I think that's what's wild.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like it at all. I mean, on one hand, it feels like it was the fastest year ever. On the other hand, it feels like our wedding was 10 years ago.
Yeah. No, 100%. I mean, it's funny. So yesterday we were talking about this. We were going to go through the whole year or whatever, and we were doing it off our memory. And it was really hard to figure out everything that happened in between. And I think when we started looking at the date list, it was like, oh, and this happened, and this happened, and this happened. You kind of forget how much happens over the course of a year. Like, if you just go and think about the course of your year right now, you're like, there's 6 to 10 memories. There are the weddings, there are like the birthdays, the trips, like these big rocks, the concerts. And then you forget about all these little things that are like so fun and like in the time really fun and with with special people and whatnot. And I think that's what's really cool about going through this entire list.
Yeah. And what I noticed, and I'll reference one of them as we go through the months, but when I was looking at our date list, like it is so cool that we have everything written down. That is very unique.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. I mean,
if we didn't,
I mean,
my God.
If we didn't, we would just forget that half the stuff existed.
Yeah.
For our life.
One of the months, like my favorite, and I remember it, was just like a very nothing day where like we binged a show and ordered in certain things and like played games. But like I remember it.
What day is it?
I'll tell you.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it From? Is it the 8 episodes of From?
It was later that month. It was.
Because I was looking for like when that time.
That was the beginning of December. I saw that.
It was. We watch it so fast. It doesn't take up a lot of dates.
November 16th, date 609.
Okay.
It was a veg day of puzzling, football, marinara. I got grilled cheese, and we watched all of Outer Banks.
Wow.
Like great day.
On a football day? Was it a Saturday then? Interesting.
I mean, clearly, it probably wasn't the Jets.
Jets had a bye.
Yeah. Okay, so June, honeymoon. My 2 highlights from the honeymoon, 3 highlights. I couldn't just pick one. I had to pick 3. Were that dinner at that restaurant Celine in Santorini.
Yes.
Our first time like getting to the Santorini hotel and just being like, oh my God, this is a magical like fake land.
Yeah.
And our croissant class in Paris, and that first bite will always be the best bite of anything I've ever had in my life.
Funny when I was looking through it too, I thought of the croissant class too.
Yeah.
Shout out Sydney. What a great gift that was.
That was the best.
If anyone has people going to Paris, you want to get them a gift.
Yeah.
I guess now in New York
wreck.
too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We
never
should
did
go.
that.
Can we go?
Yeah.
Can we go for my birthday?
Sure.
Okay. See, ask and you shall receive.
Yeah.
Can we go on a surprise
really
trip?
fun.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Okay. What's your June?
Oh, I don't like having.
Oh, yeah. That was what we were supposed to do 2 hours ago, the whole prep.
Well, no, I was just looking at it so I can like remember some of it and we could talk about it. But
Oh, okay. Well, talk about it. You can go to July if you want. I have I have them all here.
June, I mean, I don't know, all the same stuff, I think.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, for me, the trip, the honeymoon, I really like the Crete part of it. The last couple of days where we just sat at the hotel and I think we read a book a day each.
Which is kind of like what this week is.
Yeah. Well, and that's, I think, like, we're still figuring out what the right type of trip is for us, whether it's like high activities or it's not. And I think we're falling. We really like to like wake up, get a massage, veg out, and go eat dinner. And that's like our day.
Well, in Crete, I remember.
And play that ball game too.
Yeah, the paddle in the ocean. I'm
game.
so excited for that. In Crete, I remember we got a massage the first day together, and then you decided you didn't want any more. And I went and got massages on my own, which I felt like really adult for doing. Which is so obnoxious and weird to say.
Yeah.
But alas. July, I had dinner in the dark. We did a blindfolded omakase.
That was July.
That was July. Because it was with Jeff and Sid before they went to London. That was so much fun.
That was really fun. That was like one of my favorite nights for sure.
Yeah. One of the favorite dates.
Yeah, July 23rd, dinner in the dark with Jeff and Sid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
August was my highlights. I mean, our Hamptons weekend was really fun. And then my highlights were all surrounding my birthday, or my family dinner at Le Bernardin, and the Barclay photo shoot that you surprised me with. I love surprises. I'm learning.
See, that was a great surprise.
That was
too.
the best. That was so much fun.
Yeah, those would be my highlights from August as well. I love like a good Hamptons weekend of like just hanging out, and that was like the first time we really hung out with everybody.
Yeah.
And that was really fun.
Yeah. September.
I mean, August we also went to Le Bernardin.
That was I just said that.
Oh. Yeah, that was sick too.
That was so obnoxious of us.
Danny and
They
Catherine's
burned
wedding.
in the Hamptons.
What? I mean, probably this entire thing so far. We're in Turks and Caicos, just went
For
to massages.
100%. This isn't us on a daily basis, guys. just for clarification, if you're new here, this is not our usual vibe.
I mean, it is our first trip since our honeymoon together, honestly.
Yeah. Every other trip has been like a visiting family.
Yeah. Okay, September, Julia and Luke's wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Officiating that wedding. Definitely a highlight. And then our Hamptons weekend to celebrate my mom's birthday, which again, we are not Hamptons people.
Yeah, those are the 2 times we've like ever been to the Hamptons.
Yeah.
At least together. Jets versus Patriots.
No, that was fun. That was really fun with Jamie and Gus.
Yeah, we had a really tough time finding our seats to start the game, and they were like doing the announcements, and it was still when there was hope for the Jets. And I was like so upset. For whatever reason, you could not find these seats at the stadium. We were like running around the stadium like we were crazy people.
It's the sweatiest I've ever been in my entire life, I think.
It was so funny.
And they won.
Jets won. Super Bowl was back on until the next week when they started losing every single game for forever. Anyway,
October, London, and Knightley's opened, which is the restaurant that took over Quality Eats, which is where we had our first date and got engaged. So super special place for us. And we were nervous that whatever took over wasn't going to be that good. We're obsessed with Knightley's. We love it. It's like impossible to get a reservation there, but the times we've been, it's been amazing.
Yep.
So we went on opening night, which was really fun.
Yeah. Yeah, those would be mine too. London, Knightley's for sure.
November, I'll let you go first.
Not Marinara and Pirates of the Caribbean night, October 25th. That feels like more recently than October 25th. I feel like we just watched Pirates of the Caribbean.
Well, there were 3 of them, right?
I think we only watched the first 2.
Yeah.
Sorry, what'd you say?
I was going to let you pick. Is that your choice for November?
No, that was October.
Oh.
November, a few cool ones in here. I mean, the Jesse and Blaze Sushi by M and Knightley.
Mm-hmm.
Look at these back-to-back days. The next day we went to Minetta Tavern, had drinks with Brian, then went to the Comedy Cellar, which I will say Minetta Tavern I think is very overrated for a burger. That's my take on that.
I think it's just overrated in general.
Yeah. And then first rounds on me event, and then we went to Cocodoc, which I thought was really cool. So Cocodoc is like a hard restaurant to get into in New York City, and it was a Friday night, and I was meeting Alana out at an event, and I walked by and I was like, oh, this is where Cocodoc is. That's cool. And we didn't have dinner reservations. So I was like, let me walk in and see how long a wait would be because we have something to do for an hour and a half, 2 hours anyway. And they're like, oh, yeah, just put your name down. We'll give you a text probably in like 2 hours or so. I was like, oh, great. They texted me like an hour later. We sat at the bar and had dinner there. It was great. I think that's the way to do tough reservations in New York City if you ask me.
100%. Also, that night, I just can't escape from my memory. I was wearing new shoes that were sent to me by a brand. And when I first put them on, I was like, these are so comfortable. And they look great. So
horrible.
I will wear them tonight. And I will, take a picture in them to post since they were sent to me. And by the time I got off the subway, which is, it's very few steps from my apartment to the subway. And then I'm sitting on the subway. I get off the subway and I'm like, I cannot walk. And I'm like texting Jake and he's coming from work. I'm like, can you please stop home and get me shoes? And if not, can you please go to a shoe store and get me? Like, I didn't know what to do. I limped and trudged my way over to a CVS. By the time I got into CVS to get Band-Aids, I was crying. I've never.
Yeah, you were in
It
bad
was
shape.
traumatic. It was traumatic. I was sitting on the floor of CVS putting Band-Aids on my feet, and then my feet were so swollen from the pain that I couldn't get them back in the shoes. Then I very slowly. I almost could. It was I couldn't walk to the point where I could hardly make it over through the crosswalk in time before the light turned again. But I made it to this event and I found a seat at this event and I did not get up until the end. And then when we were going to the restaurant and leaving, I couldn't put my shoes back on. So I had Jake take off his socks, give me his socks, and I walked probably 10, 15 minutes in his socks to this restaurant because I could not bear to put the shoes back on. I'm not going to say the brand's name because they were really nice and they felt horrible and they wanted all of my feedback, and then they sent me a different pair of shoes that fit me great and I love them. So not going to bash a nice brand.
And the next day was the one you were talking about earlier of the veg day of puzzling, football, marinara, grilled cheese.
Date 609. What a great one.
Wow. November, good stretch. November is such a great time to be in the city. I feel like it's just
good weather because it's nice fall vibes.
Yeah.
There are some warmer days. It's just, it's nice. It's cozy.
It's football season.
That too, of course. That was on my mind. December, I put the whole Christmas week watching Lost, playing games, and puzzling.
Yeah, I can't not include From, though, on December 8th, watching 8 episodes of From. Like, I mean, great show.
The best show.
Yeah.
January. Okay, so now I have date numbers in here. I put date 6/33, Stand Up Magic.
Okay.
Super fun. And our Florida trip to visit our parents.
What date is that?
6/33.
I see Lobster Club to celebrate 400 episodes in 4 years on 6/33.
Ruh-roh. They were near each other.
Yes, and 6/34 is Stand Up Magic.
Okay.
Show. Sorry. I just went to what you said. I mean, 6/33 is pretty good too.
I'll take either of them if we had to do them again.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
What's your February?
Well, also in December there was The Magician. There was the other Magician and Sugarfish. You went through a magic phase.
I mean, I love magic. Magic is awesome. More magic in our lives, guys.
Okay. What else in January?
Our Florida trip.
Florida trip. Yep.
Visit both of our parents who spend
those
some
are
of the winter in
those are
Florida.
always really fun.
Yeah.
I think we do a good job splitting those up too.
Agree. All right, what's your Feb?
Oh, easy. Tamron Hall in February.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was one of the ones when I was looking at this earlier. I was like, wow, and like we didn't even mention that when we were talking yesterday about all of this.
Oh, yeah,
and,
true.
like,
Like, it didn't come up. And
it didn't come up in like the
Ocean.
1 year recap of like what happened last year. And we mentioned like 8 to 10 things. This wasn't one of the things we mentioned, which is just really interesting that we didn't mention it.
Yeah, I have Tamron Hall, and then I have a weird one.
Okay.
A very weird one. I think it was...
There's not many on February. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on mine.
Yeah, I mean, we don't write down when they're not like active. We were probably just like chilling a lot.
Yeah.
I have one
So we
where...
don't go out every weekend,
It's
every
true.
night, all the time.
A lot of the time we do absolutely
February we
nothing.
stayed in every single time. It seems like. Yeah.
Yeah, good call out. Good call out to maintain our reputation and not be seen as something we're not.
Yeah.
My really weird one is we had my great uncle's funeral in Long Island when he passed away, and we ended up afterwards going to this restaurant that like my childhood we always went to with my grandma, a different great uncle. It was just like such a childhood memory. This restaurant La Parma in Long Island, and we went with my family, my cousin's family, other cousins we haven't seen in like probably a decade, and it was just really special to like bring Jake there too, and to be back in this place that we spent so much time in and had so many memories in growing up. So that it's a weird one because it was a funeral, but it was just like a really special day, I think, to be able to do that, and everyone went, and it was really wonderful.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. March 8th, I have Airy Ancient Baths on 1 White Street.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was amazing. That was
great one.
our other anniversary, our first date anniversary for 4 years, and Valentine's Day gift to me.
Yeah, you have your first date anniversary, your 1 year anniversary from getting official, your proposal anniversary.
We don't have an official anniversary. We go by the first date.
I'm just kidding.
Hold on, that's a good debate. Now that we've like been together for so long, do you think it should be the first date or the official?
It should be the official.
Really?
I think so, for sure. Why would it be the first date?
That's what we've been celebrating for.
I know, but that's because we didn't have the official until this year. This is now the first year.
No,
that's fully
I
went
mean,
through.
I mean, of course,
Oh,
official
sorry.
anniversary.
No, first date then. First date. If
Yeah.
you're going to debate first date or when you make it official, yeah, I would do the first date then.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think the first date is more special. Like the making it official boyfriend girlfriend. That's just a conversation.
No, I agree.
That could happen at any arbitrary
You're
moment.
saying if there's a couple out there that went on a first date and then 3 weeks later made it official, what is there, like 1 year? Yeah, I would agree. It's
the first date. Yeah. I think also, even if both of you are at first seeing other people, I think it's still the first date.
Yeah.
Because that's what changed everything.
Yeah, I think
It's
so
the beginning.
too. I think so too.
Yeah. April 5th.
April 5th.
Oh, I meant to say April. Mine is in April 5th. This is a long one. Train game.
Oh,
We were
God.
obsessed with
This
this
is like
game, Ticket to
last
Ride. Train game. Attempted to go to Teresi and Emilio's Blotto, but couldn't get in. Went to Tucci instead, and then came home and played more Train Game with Christina and watched episode 1 of The Residents. a show we never continued.
I was gonna say I don't even know what that show is.
That was the White House one.
Did I fall asleep?
No, we watched the first episode.
Oh,
the White
yeah.
House murder mystery.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love becoming obsessed with the new game. And this was the day we tried to go to impossible to get into restaurants. We stood outside in the rain and couldn't get into anything.
Yeah,
and then
this-
went to another great restaurant.
This was a botch for sure.
Yeah, but it ended up being it's one of my favorite memories of the month.
Yeah.
So-
true. There you go.
Yeah, botches can be successful.
That's true.
May.
Well, April also had the Jared recording.
Oh, yeah. Definitely a Jake highlight.
Yeah.
Not that it's not an Alana
no.
highlight, but that was more for you.
It was definitely for me.
Which I will say, I got a lot of DMs of people saying like this was their favorite episode.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, Jared's just awesome, so it makes sense.
So is Jake.
Okay. Started Traders that month.
Yeah. We fell off that a little bit. But we were
Yeah, we
very
did.
obsessed in the beginning.
Purchase Day with fam. Cliff made pizzas. Room basketball with Benny and Ellis.
Oh. See, I love that we have the
we recorded
details.
co-host for life that night.
Yeah.
That might have been the first.
Yeah. Co-host for life. You're right.
Well, definitely the first because it was right after Jared.
Yeah.
See, that's funny. That will always be like, this podcast was because we did the one with Jared.
Again, Jared Free changing our lives. It's absurd.
Okay, May.
What's yours?
I mean, your half marathon and Nikki and Tyler's wedding.
Yeah. Half marathon for sure.
Yeah.
Still. Cannot believe I did that.
Yeah.
And now we are June 1st, and I think this trip will definitely be a June highlight for
Yep.
the ages.
Yep, I think so too. I mean, definitely that story of the whatever you finding out that we're not going to St. Martin will forever be a story that we have. 100%.
Yeah. Well, thank you for planning this trip. It's been a year. It's been a fun year. Let's get into the questions that you guys sent in. We have a range of questions about like dating, about wedding, about first year of marriage. So, Jake, should we start with dating?
Sure.
Okay. How did you navigate feeling nervous in the first months of dating when you knew that each other was it?
I don't know. It just felt like very comfortable. I thought like we were going through normal progressions of dating that I hadn't really done before a ton. Before you, I was traveling a lot for work, and I don't think I had like the space or capacity to let a relationship happen the way that it happened with us. I mean, you always talk about my friends who were in relationships. So it was like, it wasn't like everyone else was single and I was trying to like get into relationships.
Literally everyone surrounding you was in a serious relationship.
Yeah. So it like made sense that I wanted a girlfriend.
Yeah.
I think that you wanted a boyfriend. Like the progressions worked. So I don't think I was ever like nervous about it. I think we had a lot of open communication and talked about it pretty frequently. That, yeah, there was never like a gap of, are we not on the same page? I think we were very much on the same page throughout the entire process.
Yeah, I think what's interesting about this question is it's how did you navigate feeling nervous in the first months of dating? And I know I've talked about like, yeah, I was waiting for the other shoe to drop for so long because that's what I was used to. But on a day-to-day basis, like in reality, I don't think either of us were nervous because, like you said, it felt so comfortable.
Yeah.
And I think that is why and how we knew each other was potentially it.
Yeah.
Because it felt so easy.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big takeaway just from our early stages was that, you know, when it's right, it is easy. And you're not overthinking everything. You're not walking on eggshells. You're not afraid to say things or ask things. Like you just communicate and it's very open and natural.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. What topics do you wish you discussed before getting married? Since we've been married forever and we have so much marriage experience.
I have no idea. I mean, like we've talked about this a little bit over the last couple of weeks because now it's been 1 year and people frequently are like, well, what's different and what happened in this? I mean, it's really no different so far in year one of marriage. I guess like check back in a couple of years. I don't know.
Stay tuned.
What we'll learn along the way, but I think we've always been very open and yeah, we're both like pretty level-headed, so it's easy to like disagree and come back with like the right mindset. I think even if something was a problem, not that there's any problems, but yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I think who knows what will come up in the future and it'll be like, oh, we should have talked about this sooner. But I feel like we talked about finances. We talked about, we knew each other's values and what we wanted in terms of like our what we hopefully want for a family in the future.
Where to live,
and
kids, religion.
Yeah, I think we talked about everything. So I don't think there are any surprises where we're like, wait, I didn't know this about you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How many wedding thank you notes did Jake end up writing?
Oh, everyone that was my side of the family or that I invited. Everybody. More than Alana.
Okay.
And I finished significantly faster than Alana. I don't think she even finished.
This is true, but I write like 10 times more than you do.
Yeah.
But yes, I will admit, I got down to like my last, like probably like 8, and they were close friends. And I was just like, nah. Because I was so intimidated by it because I was going to write, like, I knew that I'd be writing such long things. And like the idea of that felt so intimidating. And I feel like I had spent so much time already, like thanking my friends for showing up and their support and all that. But maybe that's now I'm saying it, it's like, well, they gave like a really nice gift. I should write a thank you note. I think that kind of feels like an asshole move, but they know I'm thankful. Guys, I'm sorry if you're a friend and you've been holding a grudge against me all year for not getting a thank you note. No, it didn't get lost in the mail. I just didn't write it. No, I feel like an asshole now.
Well, I agree.
I'll go back and finish it.
I think the people that you didn't send
are the people that wouldn't care.
They're the people that wouldn't care. Yeah, I agree with that.
But, oh man. I'm embarrassed. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, what are things that you actually remember from your wedding and what was a waste of energy?
I'm guessing that question's more of like a pre-planning
Yeah.
part of it. I would say this is a weird thing for me was I didn't realize how much downtime there was as a guy before the wedding. Like I was at my house with my brother and my dad, my parents, and it was just like nothing to do all day. And now I've gone to obviously a bunch of other weddings and like these church weddings of my friends. If I think of like Danny, Angelo, Frank, where they're like, okay, everyone comes to the hotel and we like pregame all day. We're gonna get in a bus and like go to the venue to get like, those have been like super fun. I feel like I wish I would have done something like that. Like just had everybody over at 11 a.m. and like, even if they went swimming and like brought their clothes or whatever. And we all like took like a bus to Old Oaks together or something. Like, I think that would have been fun if I just look back on it. I just kind of botched that part of the process.
It is so unfair.
Yeah.
How different the groom's day is versus the bride's day.
Yeah.
Like your day is all about like relaxing and fun. Our day is like go, 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 go. 1,000 things to do. We're running behind schedule. Like,
you know, you can make it however you want.
No, you can't.
I think you can.
I had the least number. I had 2 maids of honor and my mom and your mom getting ready, and it was go, 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 go. Not a second to breathe.
Yeah, but that's like makeup and hair take a while.
Right. And would you prefer I get married looking like this?
I don't know. I'm just saying people.
I am in all white. Would you should we renew our vows right now on the beach?
It would
right
be okay.
Here?
I mean, I don't think guys are like crazy over it. Like, yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Okay. Well, I don't think most people will take that to heart.
I agree. I agree. But if any guys are listening, yeah, make sure you have a fun day too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of downtime.
Yeah. For me,
and eat something because I didn't eat anything and I was starving.
Yeah. For me, the things I actually remember were the things that I knew I wanted to, put care into, like the little details and the music. Like we picked out what we wanted our last 3 songs to be, and those 3 songs in a row, like at the end of the night, were incredible. And like I'm glad I thought to do that rather than just like having whatever songs at the end. The little details, like the matchbooks. I feel like the things that I knew I would care about were the things that I really remember. Things that are a waste of energy. I mean, like, don't lose sleep over the color of the linens and like what types of chairs you're getting. Like that's stuff that nobody remembers. And that I think is like, there are 1,000,001 decisions to make when wedding planning. That stuff I do think is a waste of energy. As long as the whole room comes together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Advice for writing your own vows. I think we both did this. And I'm so glad I did this when it came to writing vows. I started like, I don't even know, like starting when we got engaged, I just kept a note.
Yeah.
And anytime I thought of something, whether it was something that was happening in the moment or a memory from prior to getting engaged that I wanted to mention in our vows, I would write it down.
Yeah.
And, Jake would do something and it reminded me of something that I really admired about him or our relationship, and I would write it down. So then when it came to sitting down and actually writing the vows, I already had all of the things I wanted to say and way more than what I would have remembered and thought about in that moment. Similarly to how we just went through, all the months. And yesterday when we were going through it without the list, we had forgotten so much.
Yeah.
It made the process really easy and I think more special too.
Yeah. No, I agree. Same thing. Wrote them down kind of as they were happening in real time or how I remembered them. Made writing it a little bit easier. I am certainly not a writer. So yeah, that part definitely helped.
Wait, I started a note and I don't know where it is. Hold on. I didn't upkeep it as much as I wanted to, but okay. You don't know about this. Here's another anniversary gift.
Oh boy.
It was just like little moments from this year that like made me really happy and like made me even like more in love with you.
Oh,
this is really
nice.
cute.
Yeah, it is really cute.
Oh, I'm like gonna cry. There aren't that many. But like,
Oh.
no, there are a lot, but there aren't that many that I wrote down. Okay. And they're like very little.
Okay.
The first one is when I was in your seat on the couch and you absolutely positively needed me to move so that you could play Xbox because you couldn't play Xbox sitting anywhere else on the couch. I just like thought it was really funny and sweet. I don't know.
Okay. That doesn't sound that sweet.
No, I thought it was.
So I asked you to move.
It was
like,
just,
excuse me, there's a huge couch here. Can you please?
It was just like
move?
funny. I don't know. When you surprised me with flowers and the Lobster Club reservation to celebrate 4 years and 400 episodes of Seeing Other People.
Yeah, it's a good one.
At one point, I wrote taking out Barks extra lately because I asked you to.
Mm-hmm.
When we were on the train.
Are these not nice things?
You're gonna hate this one.
What is it?
When we were on the train, you're going to ask me to edit this out. And you were making a group chat called Secret Ball Group, and you asked me how to spell secret. And you had spelled it Secrete.
You know what?
And asked if that was correct.
I spoke it into the phone, and that's how it came up.
Okay. And the last one, which I really like, I will always remember this. I was in the bedroom at my little like bedroom desk, and I was looking up Gracie Abrams tickets.
Oh, this is really funny.
I come out into the main room and I'm like, Jake, this is the craziest thing ever, but like I have been wanting to surprise you with Gracie Abrams tickets, and I've been on StubHub and like the prices are just insane. And Jake goes, Alana, come look at my computer screen right this second.
And it was also Gracie Abrams tickets.
Like we had not spoken about Gracie like at all. We were separately both from different rooms thinking the exact same thing, trying to like get Gracie Abrams tickets for each other.
I will not be surprised if the Gracie Abrams concert comes up and we both have bought in tickets for each other.
It was definitely possible that we were both going to do that as a surprise for this.
Yeah.
So far, neither of us have tickets. If anybody has a way to help, we will pay for the tickets. But it's like,
I guess we should make a pact that like
we can't
don't surprise each other with that gift.
Okay. It's like the last row in Madison Square Garden is $700, but then like
it's just ridiculous.
the floor is like $900, and it's like it's the discrepancy in pricing doesn't make sense. But also like I'm not paying $700 for the last row, but like I shouldn't have to pay $900 either. Like just give me like a $200 like average ticket.
Yeah.
Please. So anyways, I've been keeping that list.
That's very nice.
Yeah. Where's
kind of, I guess.
No, but it is. Even if it's like silly moments, it's like imperfect moments, but I just like love them.
Sure. Okay.
Oh my God, he hates it. Okay, well, I love you.
I love you too.
Okay. Is your parents' marriage a good example for what you want out of yours?
Yeah, I think so.
Definitely.
Definitely.
I think both of our parents in different ways like are just like each other's people, and they do all the things and they go the places, and they just like, I don't know. I feel like I've always said that my favorite thing, like I just can't believe we get to like hang out together forever. And I feel like that's just what our parents are doing. Yes,
I agree with that. And I think like I would love to be my parents and like my parents. I said this in the last co-host for Life episode too, of like my gratitude was for my dad and golf. But like my parents are really like all about, I don't know, just like, so I think at the beginning of the episode we talked about passenger princess and I've always been passenger princess, and that's because my parents are like that. Not that they're passenger princess, they overplan, they do everything. So for me and Jeff, we've never had to like think about where we're going, what we're eating, what we're doing. I even say at dinner, I go, I'll put the menu away. I don't need the menu. Don't show me the menu. Everyone else is going to order the food, and I still do that today. I'm like a great sharer. But I'm not the person who's like taking the menu and saying, okay, for the table, everybody likes this, everybody like I'm not doing that just because I knew that like my dad would do that as a kid or like when I was a kid. And now Jeff does it for the family. So yeah, like I love that. And I think we do a lot of really fun stuff. And I think our families are very similar about like the activities that we do and the restaurants and travel and vacations and all
and
that
just
fun stuff.
prioritizing like family time too.
Totally.
Yeah. Do I look disgustingly sweaty?
No, do I?
No, I feel so sweaty.
Yeah.
It's insane. Also, shout out Christina for helping me plan this outfit. I think you'll be proud of me that I ended up wearing it. I'm proud of myself. I feel very trendy. If for those who can't see, I'm in like all white, like white linen pants, like an oversized white button down, and a white tank top. And it was good. I was bringing the pants. I wasn't sure if I was going to keep them or not, and I went with it.
If anyone wants to know what I'm wearing, it is some sweat shorts.
Which you're obsessed with. Wait, talk about the sweat shorts because you love them.
I know. I think they're like H&M. They're great. And then just a regular pink T-shirt.
You like pink. I like pink on you.
Yeah.
Okay. They say the first year of marriage is the hardest. Was that true for you?
No way.
Not at all.
I mean, listen, we haven't had any other years to compare it to, so I don't want to like, maybe this was the hardest one, and that would be very lucky for us. Then we'd have a great life together.
I mean, I feel like every year together gets easier. I don't know. Like, I feel like every life just keeps getting better.
Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine that's always true.
Of course. And of
like,
course,
there's going to be like hard moments throughout life and stuff that
1,000%.
happens and things like that. So I think that's when it will get hard. But like, you know, this year was really fun. And I always tell that story that Jenna told me. She was like, the first year or the years between having your first kid, or it should be like the most fun where you're able to do stuff like this, right? If we had a kid, this trip is much harder to do. Maybe it's still doable once a year, but much harder to do.
Yeah. I think, and of course, like life happens and there will be tragedy and there will be things that we like fundamentally disagree on, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I like to think that, you know, we have built a really strong foundation of just supporting each other, showing up for each other, hearing each other out.
Yeah.
And so I hope that will carry through in those moments. But no, the first year of marriage so far has felt like every other year.
Yeah. It just felt really fun.
Yeah. Fun and easy.
Yeah.
For sure. Did anything change after getting married? What felt different versus pre-post marriage? Biggest surprise of your first year of marriage? A lot of questions like this. What was easy and what was hard? Any obstacles in the first year? How'd you both handle it?
Have you had anybody on before that got divorced within the first year? I think you have.
Yes,
right?
I definitely have.
What would they like answer to those questions?
That they shouldn't have gotten married.
That makes sense.
They had doubts before.
That makes sense.
There were things that, you know, the conflict that was never
and
resolved.
What triggered it like after they got married?
I mean, they didn't want to be with they didn't want to be with each other.
Yeah, that's why.
They didn't like each other.
Yeah.
Like, I think that also is like a big foundation point of our marriage is like we are best friends. And like, I think like I like you, I admire you, I respect you, I appreciate you. And I think that's really important. Besides like loving someone, I think is easy, but all of the other things are not as natural.
Yeah, I agree. It's like we can just come here, be just us two, and have a really fun time the entire week. 100%.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Do you plan on staying in New York City or any outside the state ideas?
Oh, I love this. I feel like we talk about this a good amount too. So if you want to know more about like our future plans, it's on Patreon still.
Co-host for life, link in bio or link in show notes. $5 a month, cheaper than your coffee. Yeah. And what we decided is every dollar we make from Patreon is going to go into like an us fund for either like dates or vacations. So help us fuel our relaxation and togetherness.
Yeah, it would go into like, That sounds fun.
Or should we say it'll go into our future child's college fund? Maybe
thinking,
that'll make other people want to support it more.
I was thinking more on that line than the fun fund.
Okay, just kidding. It's gonna go. It's gonna send our kids to college.
Yeah.
Please sign up for Co-host for Life. $5 a month.
Yeah. I can't imagine our kids going to college and the $5 a month from Nancy.
But
if
if all the SOP fam comes through.
Yeah. Again, we're not doing this for the money, so don't really worry about it. It's really just to support Alana's career.
And we love doing it.
Yeah, and we love doing it. This is more for us selfishly.
Yeah. And honestly, like these are the types of episodes that I like to listen to from other podcasts. Like when I'm listening to a podcast, I'm listening to a couple just like talk about their lives.
Yeah.
I think it's really
that's why
nice.
like when we started, I mean that's what it's like a diary that we go back to, just like the dates on the thing are. I mean, maybe we come back next year around our anniversary and you go, let's listen to the episode from last year on the flight and see what we were talking about this time last year. Right. And now we're going to be like, oh, this is happening and that's happening. I can't believe that was just whatever. I think that's what's cool about it. Mm-hmm. It's like a cool diary to have for forever.
Agreed.
So if you want to be part of our diary and listen along,
you know where to find us.
Please do.
Co-host for Life. New York City.
But New York City, and we talk about this a lot. So I think we'd gone back and forth. Not obviously, but we want to live in Westchester one day, speaking of our parents and their lives. And I think that's still end goal. I think it's really hard to buy a house that we'd be super happy with and have enough like income to support all of that today, which is why we need your $5 a month.
That's true.
But yeah, in the short term, I think God willing, get pregnant, have a kid sometime in the next couple of years. And you've seen a lot of your friends have kids in the city and found a lot of like good community in the city.
Yeah.
I mean, Kerwin, Skylar, others like have had the kids and like it's I think you've seen that and been really happy about it. So we're hoping to stay in the city for a little bit longer. We actually have an apartment that we want to move into next. It's like a 2-bedroom. We know the building.
Hi, Jamie.
It's just going to be, it's more about when it comes available than anything else. And that's kind of it. We also had decided we were looking for apartments over
like November, December.
Yeah, I guess. And we were looking for 2 bedrooms and it just didn't make any sense to move when it was just us and Barkley.
Yeah.
The price never made sense. They were so much more expensive in the city.
And I've made it work. Like I was really pushing for it because I wanted a studio space, but I've made it work on the couch and virtually. And I don't think it's, made the podcast any worse. I think in any way, it's more personal just having people come to the couch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely was dead set on moving to the suburbs. Maybe like we were looking in Stamford, Connecticut last summer. But yeah, after just talking to friends who have gotten pregnant and have had babies in the city, they are so happy that they did. And I love that I still get to see them regularly and they still, get to see all the people in their world and also make new friends and get to, go walk and go to the parks and stuff. And so I definitely think that is what I want to do in the future. We don't know when that will happen. No, I am not currently pregnant. Lots of wine to be had on this trip. But yeah, I'm excited for the future and I'm excited that wherever we go, we get to go there together. And that's the most important thing.
Yep. Agreed.
And speaking of where we go, we have to go real quick right now to get some shrimp tacos and then head to jet skiing.
Let's do it.
This has been great. I'm proud of us for doing this. I'm so glad we did it.
Yeah, on a Sunday too for the Patreon. We have not missed a Sunday yet.
Yeah. Okay, we love you guys. Jake, love you too.
Love you too.
And happy anniversary to us.
Happy 1-year anniversary. We did it.
We did it.
Cool.
Woo!
Go team.
Yay.